Guys, I warn you, I'm not good at makeup. Now I have to put this on. We might end up fucking up our sweater, but oh well. I don't believe like trio friendships exist in the ways that people make it seem to be. You know, because like you can't have a trio friendship without having an individual friendship. Bro, stop fucking around. I say this because as someone who like has been in two trio friendships, it can be very scary how attached you can get to that, because like when you're in a trio you feel so much more important than if it's just like an individual friend. I don't know if it's just me, but it's like this kind of false sense of community. It's only a false sense of community if like you haven't built the bonds, you know, because like if you've built the bonds with your friends, like you're chilling, like you have those connections. But if you haven't built that like bond with like each individual person of the trio, then once the trio dynamic starts to change from like the beginning of it, when everyone was the same sort of closeness, that's when you really start to see how you feel about each individual person. So you're probably wondering why I'm wearing different clothes. Well, my footage got deleted. Basically, we're starting over. I've noticed that like my face is darker, so I'm gonna try to use this foundation instead. I've been wearing makeup like every day the last 3 days. Really rare for me because I never put on makeup. But at the time, it's like 3 people who kind of just like get together. We don't really have people. It just forms out of like several reasons, like commonality. You're both stuck in the same situation. Naturally, like there's gonna be people who kind of just connect more, have more to talk about. They have similar humor, and then the third person, if they are okay with that, then like that's fine. But if they're not okay with that, it can make that third person feel insecure about it. Now this first trio friendship, like great, right? We met our third person through my YouTube channel that I had at the time when I was like 11. Bro, the emotion I had at 11 was kind of crazy. I was a whole YouTuber and I had like I think 1,000 subscribers. Low-key, don't ask how I did that, I have no idea. It was great because we just added a third person and then we all started talking. Before then it was just a duo and it makes you feel important. Where it kind of got annoying is like, there was like a dynamic form. I was fine not being, because it was like, I'm very competitive. I feel like my friends know that. They will like poke fun at that, right? But where it gets annoying is like you're kind of used to make a joke. The third girl joined. It was 2 of us, then the third girl joined. Where the dynamic kind of pissed me off was like, we're gamers, we played Movie Star Planet, we played Roblox, and when we played Roblox, we'd always like get competitive with each other because we played just those sorts of games. They'd always like poke fun at me for that. At first, I thought it was funny because I'm like, okay, so like we're just joking around, right? But then it got to a point where it's like the joke was like them going against me in the game of Roblox, purposely to piss me off, I think. Funny at first, like I said, because I'm like, okay, this is funny. It would just always happen, and I'm like, nah, we're not doing this. I love them, you know, like they're great friends. That was like the only thing that really pissed me off, to be honest. Other stuff did, but it was like minor stuff. Like it was stuff that I really couldn't get mad at. And that started happening like all the time when we played games together. Then I started to read into everything else, like how they text each other, you know, how they talk to each other. And it just made me become like really jealous. You know why that happens? Because you don't have solid friendships with the both of them. You should have, if you're gonna make a trio, like have solid friendships with like all the girls, so none of that jealousy stuff is happening. So the good thing about trios is that you feel included, you feel like everyone has a role until you don't, and then that's when you start getting insecure. I think I've ever been a part of like a trio that like is actively plotting against me. You know, if you have been a part of like a toxic trio, sometimes someone's gonna feel not included. That's just the nature of things. If it feels like in your trio someone's forgetting that you exist, or you're constantly having to catch up with them, they're not going out of their way to include you, then that's when you know it's like, you know what, I'm gonna step back. And if you guys forget that I was even a part of this group, then you never cared in the first place. So the second trio, we kind of all started out the same way. The problems, like, they literally would forget that I was there. Get it? Because like they have similar classes so they can hang out more with one another, versus like me, like I have classes that like don't fit our schedules. We have a group chat, and like usually I never talk in the group chat anyway, I don't like texting recently. Like, I have such anxiety about texting. I text paragraphs every time I'm on my phone. But when I do, it usually I'm like, I want the group to see this, I want the group to like talk. They won't usually reply. Like, when I send a video, crickets. But when one of them is talking to one another, it's like, okay, wow, okay. I forgot concealer. Get it? Like, maybe they don't want to talk about the video that I sent in the group chat, and they're not obligated to, but when it's a pattern of like most of the time when I'm talking, they won't reply. Sometimes they do. A lot of the times they don't. That's when I'm like, oh, I see how it is. First trio, by the way, I forgot to mention, we're online friends, so the dynamic's a little different. Second trio that I'm mentioning right now, we're like in-person friends. You know, one person is closer than the other in a trio when they are always looking at the other person. That's the thing that like kills me. I hate that. And I do that too, instinctually. And I'm trying to like fix that, but it's hard. Because like, the person that you want to talk to, you will talk to. Just saying. Like, you'll have the eye contact. But it sucks even more because it's like, dang. Like, even when I even jump in to be included, I feel almost ignored by them too, because they're having their own conversation, or like what I say gets brushed off too in the second trio. I didn't sign up for this shit. Like, I'm not gonna be the third wheel. No ma'am. I know that might be a little selfish, but like, you guys just, you can have each other's crazy. I didn't come here to just sit here and like watch you guys talk type of thing. Sucks because it's like, you don't want to have to tell them, you want them to realize. Sometimes they don't. It's hard. All like close to each other in your own ways. One is gonna be closer than the other, and then feel that effect. You're gonna feel some type of way about it, and it's gonna affect you. And that's why I'm like, is it really worth it? I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be in a trio friendship, to be honest. Like, if I'm gonna be in a trio, I'm like really gonna detach myself from it and like heed it. Like, I'm not gonna just jump into it. But I did those 2 times because I didn't really realize what it was like to be in a trio. So like, now I'm realizing the patterns, and I'm just not gonna be the person who's the third wheel to the duo in the trio. Not anymore. I'm tired of that. It's so exhausting. And it's so lonely. Most of the time you probably feel like you're crazy. And sometimes I do, like, I'll think about what I'm saying, or think about how I see things, like how I see being left out, and think like, ugh, I'm overreacting. Like, it's not really true. Like, they're not really trying to leave me out. Trust your gut. They usually are. It's not their fault usually, but it's just like the reality thing. So I'm whispering, but maybe this is a look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye. And let me know what you think about trio friendships. Can they last? Can't they? Being in a trio friendship is so difficult. I just feel so like... This is me a day later from that video that I recorded. I want you guys to know I'm bad at makeup, but not that bad. Like, I know the eyeshadow was very, very disgusting. I was going for something, and I do guys in the video, I couldn't see myself because I was filming with my back camera, my phone. So that's why it looks very, very, very scary. I'm sorry about that. But I think that you guys got a good laugh. So...